Okay, so we just need to soften up the whole of his face. It's all looking too contrasty, far too harsh. Got to get a softer looking to his face. So I'll probably need to add a little bit of charcoal here and there, but for a start I'm just going to soften up what we've got here. Soften up his ear. There are some dark bits on his ear. I'm just going to try and leave those. Just soften up the bits that I can see that are lighter. Leave the dark areas. So yeah, all around here, this all needs to be a lot softer. This could probably do with being a bit darker in there. So I'm just going to try and spread the charcoal over there rather than add more. Because, you know, we've got to get his expressions in there. And there is a lighter bit there, but I've got it too light really, just now. So I just need to just blend this up with a little brush. Just all the transitions are a bit harsh. That's what's wrong with this at the moment. Transitions are all a bit harsh. I need to soften them up and just make them a bit more gentle. Just a bit more gentle. And I need to redo the baby's hair around here because I've had to change this line of his face here. It wasn't quite right, and that's because I replaced this baby's face from another photo, and it was making it a bit tricky to see what's really going on there because, as you can see, this is the area that doesn't quite match. So I've just had to try and make it up a bit really. That's looking better already, you see. Doesn't look so harsh. He has got a dark line here, and I want to keep that in there. I think that's his darkness of his face. Could be. It just looks good against the light, so I'd like to leave that in a bit really. Then we need to lighten up his lip a bit. There's a lighter line in his lip. A bit more light in there. It needs to be a bit thicker, I think, by the looks of it. And this needs to be a lot softer. So by the time we've softened that up, we can then get his lip a bit thicker and it will all look okay. There. Then his neck, we'll just soften up the whole thing here. His neck is darker, especially under his chin and in this corner. But again, we can add a bit more dimension into this. Get more of a 3D look in there. This is very dark down there, we'll leave that. And you see, you can really see the texture. The darker you go, the more it's showing the texture of the paper up. So it's quite versatile, this card. It is quite versatile because you can get Dad's more rougher face and a baby's very gentle face, depending on how much charcoal you leave on there, or pencil. That's very dark in there, we'll leave that. Yeah, so you see we've got our picture up here, so I can really get a good look at it. And the thing is about this photo, it's showing the dark areas as very dark, and that's why I wanted to do this really dark, but it wasn't looking right. And as you can see on her face, that's very dark there. And I haven't, in reality, I haven't done that with her face. I've actually lightened it up quite a bit. So he has to look right with the other two. I've already lightened them up quite a bit. But this is the importance of getting a really good photo to copy from. It makes life a lot easier, and you're going to get it right quicker. It's all a learning curve, isn't it? All a learning curve. Yes. That needs softening up. I can see there is a little mark in there, but you know, this is what I do. I go for the marks and then I just sort of soften them up. But I probably don't need to go for the marks as much as I do. Probably, you know, saves a lot of work if I didn't do that. Just going to lighten up this bit here. I think this is the mum's other hand. So, look how light her other hand is. See? You can see it on here. Yeah, see this is the mum's arm actually, isn't it, there? Because I've cropped it up here. So I didn't get his other hand, I didn't get his hand in. I've cropped it up to here. So that's the top of the mum's arm. We can see what that is now. Her arm is a lot lighter than his neck. We'll get the chamois on that, I think. See how we can get on with that. So we've got the charcoal side, because this is charcoal. And I'm just going to take off that middle area there, just there. Yeah, that's better. So I just want to show you what I did to help me get the shape of his side of his face right. And also I altered his chin a bit. What I did was I just traced on the outline from the photo, and then just by tracing it on like that, again, carefully, didn't take a couple of minutes, but then I was able to put it onto my picture. This is what I do if I'm not sure that I've got things right. Then you put it onto your picture, and I could see that I did this shape here, particularly this bit here, so I could get the side of his face right. But I also traced on everything else to make sure everything else was pretty well there. So I could maybe put his hair up a bit, see? I could add a bit more hair up there if I wanted to. And I redid this bit. This has got to be right, this sort of gap between the baby's face. But that was particularly tricky because, as I say, I superimposed another face, another baby's face from the other photo onto this one. So of course it's a bit more tricky when you do things like that. This is why it's always best to get a photo that you really are really happy with and it's all good, and it makes your life a lot easier. So as you can see, I've softened all his face, mainly with the brush, just by brushing it over, and then if I could see any really darker points, I just took off with this brush, with the little rubber here, you know, just the Perfection rubber, Faber-Castell. It's really good actually, it's very, very good. Just things like around his nose, it was a bit harsh looking, so I just softened that all. Just really softened everything, did a bit more work around his eye here. Just tried to get it exactly right. Did a bit more work on his lip here, a bit more under here. I just took bits out with this and then smoothed it over with the brush. Just softened it all. So you've got no harsh transition lines, everything's soft. So everything should look soft. This is still a bit hard, this line under here, but I think I'll just leave that for now, just see how it looks tomorrow, I think. So yeah, the next thing I have to do is just finish off this bit here and do the baby's ear. The baby's ear needs a bit of attention here. I did change the baby's ear because when I traced it on, I could see that I'd made the baby's ear too small. So it was bigger in the first place, then I thought, oh, I made it smaller and now it's bigger again. But that's how it goes, you know, that's what happens. So, just gonna do the baby's ear. Just take off that darker area there. I've just got the outside line there. And we're just going to keep this very, very soft. Very, very soft. Just want to get rid of that little line there. Just so that it's very, very soft in there. Okay, that'll do for now. See, all the time, whenever I've done a bit of rubbing, even just a tiny bit. I'm cleaning my rubber off all the time down here. So I'm just with my white charcoal pencil. Just want to do this bit here. Just fill that in and just be a bit careful with this bit. Just go around his ear, her ear. And we've got a little bit of white there. I'll just go over that with the blending stump, the white blending stump after. And then there's a little bit of whiteness just here, just about there, where the light's just peeping through. It's a tiny little bit, but it will make all the difference, see? It really does. And then this is dark, very light in here. That's it. This could do with being a bit whiter here again, and slightly whiter around here. These are the little bits that I put on. They seem to have got softened up a bit. They're not very, very white, but they are a bit lighter, these bits. Then I'll just soften them up with the blender. So it just makes that bit of difference, just tiny bits. Don't need to go mad. Just soften that off. That's it, that will do. That will do. And then with the other stump, I'm just going to do her ear, I think, with this. It's a bit darker because its ears are always darker. Often babies' ears can be very, very dark. Or very red, especially when they're teething. Their ears go very dark. Yeah, just darken it off a bit. There's no detail in here. I can't see what on earth's going on really, so I'm just going to darken the whole thing. Just make it very soft. Just make it a bit darker around here. Then this line coming up there is a bit darker. Then there's another line in the dress. This is the dress. Just like that. That's hardly anything. That's a bit harsh, that top line. Just soften that up. I'll just soften it up after. This is too harsh. Just going to soften it up with the blender, and then just soften up the edges. That's it. That's it. Then with the blender, rubber, just soften up that area, because it's very, very gentle, that line. Just take off this again. That's better. It is really worth copying these little bits, these little details, because it really does help. It really does help you get that real look about it. That's just kind of disappearing in through there. And then this is a little bit harsh, this edge. But it's darker, but it's not that dark. And then this is soft. This is softer. That's it. And then where's my charcoal? There it is. Then this line here is slightly darker through there. It's very blurry. And then this is darker here. There's a darker patch there as it goes round. That's it. Just soften with the blender. That's it. And we'll do his t-shirt next. So yeah, we could put a bit more charcoal up here. From now I've traced it on, I can see that that's a bit straighter there. Kind of coming out here a bit. Just keep this line very soft here. Going up a bit here. A bit slightly higher. And then across. Okay, so I think his face is looking a lot better now. A lot better. Yeah, a lot better. Much happier with that now. So tomorrow we'll do his t-shirt. I've got a better light. Okay, let's take this off and see how he matches the others. Yeah, I think that looks better. That looks much better. Much better. Yeah, much better. He's much more akin to her colour now. He is darker, but, you know, I think it looks fine. Go with that. Okay? Okay. See you tomorrow, we'll do the t-shirt. Okay, hope you're enjoying this. See you soon.